We are tired. WildChild's making her way out of Boqueron Bay. We're coming around, the wind is picking up, just as Dario said. Sometimes you think you're going to have a nice, easy sail and a lovely day, and you are wrong. Like, it turns into... It's November 11th of 2019. The girls of WildChild want to make their way around the corner from Boqueron Bay to LaParguera. We've been warned by our friend Dario that the winds whipping along that south coast can get rather strong by around noon, so he's strongly advised us to make the jump around the corner in the early morning hours. We are checked into America, and Elena has 23 more days that she's allowed to explore. So it's Monday, November 11th at 5:30 in the morning. We are tired. Are we tired? We are tired. So we forced ourselves to get up early, and we would both much rather be in bed. But we're going out around the corner to face the trade winds around the lighthouse. And the advice from our friend Dario is you do not want to do that mid-afternoon because it's just kind of nasty. So he says the best thing to do is first thing in the morning. So we're going to leave our anchorage here at Los Pozos, and we're going to go around the corner to LaParguera. It's about 20 miles, should take about 4 or 5 hours. So let's go do this crazy thing. To be a sailor, you have to be kind of tough. If that means getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, lifting the anchor, turning on the engine, motoring out past invisible reefs in the dark, and raising your sails, then that's exactly what you've got to do. Even though we both feel like a giant bag of crap right now. As the sun slowly begins peeking its way over the horizon, WildChild is making her way out of the anchorage. Slowly. WildChild's slowly making her way out with full main raised. We raised it at anchor because we were pointing into the wind and I figured it was easier. We're going to motor our way out past the buoy around the corner, and when we get out into open water, we'll pull the jenny and switch to sail. WildChild's making her way out of Boqueron Bay as the first rays of light come over the horizon. We need to head for the opening in the channel and curve around to the south. Elena is always pissed off and grumpy about the camera. You know, I'm into my 3rd season of this YouTube channel and I've still never had any help with it. Only people trying to get in the way. I was clear with Elena before she came to WildChild that WildChild has her own YouTube channel and that her adventures are always going to be filmed. Elena said she understood and she agreed. Of course, it's always easy to pay lip service and make agreements to things when you want something, and then just renege on your word later. When I'm pulling out the jenny, there's a high side sheet and a low side sheet. All of the tension of the jenny is going to go onto the low side sheet, but I cannot allow the high side sheet to tangle up on the deck around the windlass or the life raft, so I need to keep it off the deck as the jenny pulls out. I am also controlling the jenny furling line as it plays out. I need it not to get tangled or knotted as it feeds through. Elena was grumpy and tired and refusing to help as usual, so I had to do everything myself. There's something about the girl. She surrounds herself in a cone of silence. She doesn't allow any talking. You cannot have a conversation with her. She won't tolerate any socializing at all. So although I have crew, technically I have help. I spend a lot of time alone at the helm, a lot of time sailing by myself. So I put in my headphones and listen to podcasts. As we begin approaching the lighthouse on the corner, we're coming around. The wind is picking up, just as Dario said. And you can see the waves are a little rougher. We're still about 2 miles from the corner from where the lighthouse is. I've got WildChild starting to move into a close reach and getting ready for a close haul. We're at a wind angle of 60 degrees. We're 9/4 now. I've got the engine in neutral. I'm not sure if we can kill the engine yet or not because the wind's been inconsistent. We're going to wait and just see if the wind is steady enough for us to sail. It's 7:20 in the morning. Well, it's 5 minutes later. It looks like the winds have settled a little bit as we come near the point. You can see we're getting some long dominant wave period swells as we come out of protection. Water, but let's try 12/4. Let's try killing the engine. Easy and nice sailing can be so peaceful and lovely. But as we come around the southwest corner of Puerto Rico, conditions begin to build and suddenly it starts to get sporty. Elena usually has a very strong stomach. I'm not sure why, but she's puking over the side rail today. I am making captain's wind angle calculations. I have to decide how far out to sea to tack because we need to get dead upwind, and if I can do this in a single tack, I'd like to. The navigating here to get into LaParguera is a little bit tricky. You gotta get your way through all these reefs, like barely under the water reefs. And we're going into the wind, and the wind's gotten squirrely, and we're having trouble. I want to shoot between those up there rather than try to motor through there. If I can shoot through there, there's a marked channel here that we could use to get into the anchorage, and we could use the buoys to find our way in safely. But to do that, I gotta make this shot here. But the wind is kind of light and swirly, and we're starting to drift sideways. And I'm not really sure we're going to make it. See, I just put the Jenny away. The wind started coming on the nose, and we weren't going to make the wind angle we need to get between the reefs. So now we're motor sailing. We still have the main up. But I put the Jenny away because it was flagging. Motor sail our way around a bunch of slightly underwater reefs that we can't see, and Navionics doesn't even trust they know where it is. I don't know, this is stressful. I am absolutely terrified right now. The Navionics chart on the chart plotter says that I'm going to go into 3 feet of water, and the Navionics that's been recently updated says I'll have 60. We're going between 2 reefs, and I don't know which one to believe, so I'm going slow as can be. Elena on the bow, me me watching the depths in the forward scan and prepared to pull a hard 180 in a hurry. Does it look okay? I have 53 feet, it says. Does it look good? It says that we're fine, 50 feet. Okay? Oh Lord, I'm so scared. If the main chart plotter map is accurate, this is going to turn into 3 feet in a hurry. In doubt, go slowly, right? Slow motion crashes cost less. I think the updated navionics is correct, and I think the old navionics that says I'm in 3 feet right now is wrong. I've got 58 feet, but I am scared to death and I'm ready to pee myself on a moment's notice. Holy cow. You definitely don't want to do shit like this in the dark. I'll bring the RPMs up a little bit. We're moving 2.7. Oh, fucking Lord, 60 feet. Well, that was fucking the scariest thing I've ever done. I just deliberately drove my boat into waters that the chart plotter tells me will be 3 feet deep, between a bunch of invisible, unmarked reefs. After 20 very tense minutes, I'd navigated WildChild safely into the protection of LaParguera, using 2 chart plotters that were inaccurate and disagreed with each other. But the place is just as spectacular as Dario said it would be. So WildChild's on her mooring ball now. Just as Dario said, I did this sort of crazy